They called him a drifter, a man with no future, no family, and no place in the world. But James Carter carried something no one could see, an unshakable heart. And one freezing night, that heart made a choice that would change 3 lives forever. James was only 22 when he found them. 2 children huddled outside a corner store, barefoot and shivering in the alley. A boy of 8 clutched his sister's hand, trying to be brave though his lips trembled. "You kids hungry?" James asked softly. The boy nodded. The little girl hid behind him, eyes wide with fear. He didn't ask questions. He took them home. He fed them soup, gave them a blanket, and let them sleep on his couch. Their names were Ethan and Claire, siblings abandoned by a mother who had disappeared into addiction. James didn't know much about raising kids, but that night, he made them a promise. "As long as you're here, you ain't alone." The years that followed weren't easy. James worked long shifts to keep food on the table. He learned how to braid Claire's hair before school, how to help Ethan with math homework. Neighbors whispered ugly things. "Why's a black man taking in 2 white kids?" Landlords doubted him. Teachers questioned him. But James never faltered. Under his roof, Ethan grew sharp, with a mind that loved puzzles and books. Claire grew kind and bold, her voice carrying a strength beyond her years. Together, the 3 built a family, one forged not by blood, but by loyalty. But the world has a cruel way of testing good men. 2 decades later, James found himself in court, accused of a violent robbery he didn't commit, his face identified by a shaky witness. The prosecutor painted him as a danger to society. Evidence was thin, but prejudice was thick, and James saw it in the jury's eyes, the weight of a life sentence pressing toward him. He sat shackled, staring at the floor, fear rising. Not for himself, but for Ethan and Claire, the children he had raised. Who would stand by them if he was gone? Then the doors of the courtroom opened. 2 adults walked in. A tall young man in a lawyer's suit, a poised young woman with a press badge clipped to her blouse. Ethan and Claire, his children. "Your Honor," Ethan said firmly, stepping forward. "Before you judge this man, let us tell you who he really is. 20 years ago, he saved us, and today we intend to save him." Claire lifted her chin, voice ringing clear. "This man is not a criminal. He is the reason we are alive. He is the reason 2 abandoned children became who we are today. And we will prove his innocence." They did. Ethan presented security footage showing James miles away from the crime scene. Claire revealed her investigation. Police notes overlooked, witness statements buried. Together, their voices shattered the lies stacked against him. The courtroom fell silent as the judge struck the gavel. Case dismissed. James's breath caught. The chains of fear broke at last. Ethan gripped his shoulder, steady and strong. Claire wrapped her arms around him, whispering, "We told you, Daddy. We'd always come back for you." The twist of fate was undeniable. 20 years ago, James had saved 2 children from the cold. And 20 years later, Ethan and Claire saved him from a lifetime behind bars. Justice had come full circle, and love had spoken louder than hate.